Passive income is very much worth it and it's life changing, but it's not exactly a bed of roses. So I'm here to share to you my top 9 lessons when it comes to pursuing passive income, which I have done for more than 10 years. So lesson number 1 is passive income is not 100% passive. So here's the thing, when I started working with passive income, I thought that it was like set and forget. Just upload it to somewhere and then just starts earning money and you can just forget all about it. But passive income doesn't work that way. There are pretty much two main components when it comes to passive income that you need to be aware of. First is the initial setup, which is the amount of work, the majority of the amount of work is in the initial setup. So for example, when you start creating, let's say an ebook that you want to sell, then this is where you start creating everything from scratch, the entire book, the contents, right? And it could range from weeks to months when it comes to writing that book. That's the initial setup. The second one is the maintenance part, because after you have published your work or your product, right, it goes live, you still need to do maintenance to it. But when it comes to the maintenance, it's a lot less when it comes to amount of effort when compared to the initial setup. So maintenance could be just once a week that you need to work a couple of hours to make sure that everything is running smoothly. For example, I sell books in Amazon. So when I started working on my first book and publish it, so that was the initial setup. And I thought that, okay, I can just leave it there and then see the sales come in. But the first month, the second month, not much sales came in, and I was like, what do I need to do? And that's when I discovered that, oh, I need to do ads, I need to do some advertising, that I need to monitor week per week and see how my performance is doing so far. So for the maintenance part, it's more of me tweaking the ads, searching for better keywords for my target audience to discover my book, and it's just a week by week basis. I just work for 2 to 3 hours per week just to make sure that it's just double checking that all of the ads are working fine and fine tuning the process. So that's the maintenance part. So lesson number 2 is passive income can be volatile. So it doesn't mean that if you start earning an X amount of money on the first month, that you would expect the same amount to come in month after month. Because in my case, I had that like wrong idea about passive income. And the thing is, if you are uploading your work, so let's say on a different site, right, on an external site, then you have no control on what would happen. So for example, in my case, when I started working with online courses, I was uploading my courses to a website called Udemy. So Udemy is pretty famous when it comes to online courses, and you have a lot of students coming in, and then once they make a purchase of your course, then Udemy gives you a cut of that purchase amount. Okay, so one of the things is when it comes to these external sites is when they change their rules and they can just decide on what to do with your product. They can just remove it altogether because they say that, oh, it doesn't meet our standards anymore, and you have no control over that. And one of the things that happened to me was I was working with an online course and it's already live, right? It was already approved by Udemy, for example. And it was already running for a couple of months, everything's good, and then it was earning money as well. But one point, right, they changed their rules and they say that, oh, your course is now not up to standards, and you have no choice, but it will be taken down. And that's the thing, because that's their advantage. They have the platform, they are the owners of the platform, so they can change, right, depending on what their direction is. And in my case, the passive income when it comes to online courses was affected, and which brings me to my next point, which underlies the importance of having multiple income sources. So lesson number 3 is passive income needs focus. So when it comes to the importance of having a lot of sources when it comes to passive income, you need diversification. Okay, so let's be clear on that part. So it could be evergreen YouTube videos, ebooks, online courses, affiliate marketing. There's just a whole lot of them that you can work with. The thing is, it's really easy to be distracted with the next shiny object, because you might think that, oh, this next passive income stream might be the next big thing, and you just want to jump from one thing to another. And believe me, I've been through that as well. In one week I was working on one thing, and then the next week I was working on another. The thing with this one is, with the constant shifting or jumping from one point to another, is we are wasting a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time myself because I'm not giving a specific income stream the time or the opportunity to be able to grow and mature and see if it works for me or not. And the rule of thumb is you need to work at least 3 months on a specific income stream. You need to commit a specific period of time, okay, and be able to churn out whatever the content that you need to do week in, week out, to be able to see that, okay, if you're not getting results after 3 months, then it might be the time to jump ship and cut your losses and then move to the next venture or project. And your income is continuing to increase, then that's the time that, okay, you think that, should I extend my 3 months and just continue pursuing this income stream until you plateau at a certain point for your income and see that, oh, when it plateaus, then that's the time that it might be time to move to another income stream. Because the really cool thing is if it matures for you and reaches its full potential and plateaus at a specific point, then there's a high chance that after you left it, right, and then move to a different income stream, that previous income stream will still continue to earn for you month in, month out. So in my case, I started working with online courses. So one of the things that I worked on was Microsoft Excel formulas. That was my first course. Okay, and for the first 2 months or so, I wasn't earning much from the sales. So since I wasn't earning much when it comes to sales, the option for me was, okay, to just jump to another one, or do I continue churning online courses? And the correct decision that I made in hindsight was continuing to create more online courses, because it allowed me to be able to hone my craft, be better when it comes to teaching concepts, and understand my students better on what they really need. And the succeeding courses that I started churning out is a lot better than the first course that I have made. And what happened was, after about 4 courses or so, that's where I was able to create a more steady stream of passive income when it comes to online courses. And I want to make your passive income journey easier as well by providing a free ebook for you on the top 4 ways to earn passive income. The link is in the description. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more passive income ideas like this. Lesson number 4 is passive income is slow to grow at the start. So the thing is, when it comes to working on a big project like this, you made your first book, or you made your first online course, you made your first YouTube video. The thing is, there's a part of us that wants to see results right away. More like we want to verify that, okay, what we did was worth it. But the thing with passive income is it's not fast. Okay, it's more of a slow pace. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Because the difference is, when we work for other people, when we work, let's say, do a specific task, when we put in the hours, after that, we immediately get paid, right? And when it comes to passive income, it doesn't work that way. Because, for example, in my case, when I worked with the online courses, when I started uploading my online courses, it took at least 2 to 3 months before I earned my first dollar. And it was a really long wait, but it was worth it. Okay, so I want to encourage you to also wait on your part, be patient, continue to hone your craft, and continue churning out for your passive income stream. Number 5 is to focus on your strengths. So when it comes to working with passive income, it's really better to start with something that you are good at. So how do we define something that you are good at? You only need 10%, okay? You need to be 10% better than the average beginner, just 10%, okay? Not 100%, not 50%, just 10%. Because I've made this mistake as well before, that I thought that I need to be an expert on something before I'm able to create something that could sell to a specific audience. But you only need 10%. Because we're thinking that, oh, I need to be spending years and years of stuff. But as long as you're a bit ahead than the beginner, than the average beginner, then it's something that you can teach, that you can create something valuable and sell to that person. And this is the easiest way in giving value, because the more value you give to a person, then the more passive income you can earn in the process. So in my case, since I came from an IT background, more of software programming, so I'm more technical oriented. So when I worked with my first online course, I can remember this as my first passive income stream. I work on Microsoft Excel formulas because it's something that I can really understand. It is really easy for me to jump into and start teaching my students. And the thing is, if you come from that angle, that's something that you're familiar with on a day-to-day basis, then it's really easy to be able to churn out a specific product that you can sell. Because if you need to learn in the process, right, collate everything you've learned and then start teaching it, And it's just double the stress. But if it's something that you're familiar with, or at least you know from a day-to-day basis, then you can just easily jump in and then create something that you can teach naturally because it's almost second nature to you. Lesson number 6 is marketing is essential. One of the things that I really underestimated in my passive income journey is marketing, because I thought that, oh, marketing, that's secondary. All I need to do is create the product, create the best possible product that I could sell my audience with. But it doesn't work that way, because even if you have the best product in the world, the best book, the best course, the best whatever product that is, but if nobody can see it, then nobody will buy it and you won't make a single cent. So in my case, when I started working with books that I want to sell in Amazon, one of the things was I neglected marketing. I just created the book, I put in the amount of work and published it, and I got like basically no sales from it. And I realized that it's because there are no reviews and it's not showing up in search results, so I need to do something else. And that's where I discovered the power of marketing with Amazon ads. And when I started like purchasing ads and targeting the right keywords, then that's when it started being visible to my target audience. And once I got more eyeballs, more views, more purchases, right? And I got more reviews in the process, and there's that momentum, that cyclic loop where now I get more reviews, and since I have more reviews, then there's a bigger chance that more people will purchase the book. And now it becomes a self-fulfilling loop thanks to the power of marketing. Lesson number 7 is digital is the way to go. So in my opinion, I've pretty much dabbled in both streams of passive income when it comes to physical and digital. And when it comes to physical, one example is Amazon FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, wherein you send physical products to your warehouse, and then if somebody places an order, then Amazon will pretty much handle all of the logistics for you. And I learned the hard way that physical is not easy, because what happens is if the customer, for example, breaks the object or is not happy with the object and they can just send a return back to Amazon, you won't be able to sell it anymore, and that's a loss on my part. And the thing is, when it comes to physical products with everything in between, there are a lot of touch points that could go wrong as compared to digital. Because for example, let's say you want to sell ebooks. So when it comes to digital, it's a lot easier because it's just a down click from the user or from the buyer, right? And it goes straight to the computer, and you don't need to do anything because you can pretty much automate the entire process. And another thing as well is, let's say online courses or ebooks. And then let's say your buyer is not satisfied with the product and they just say that, oh, give me a refund. And you just promptly give them back a refund and you don't lose anything, because even if they keep the product or the ebook or the online course, for example, you don't lose anything because it doesn't cost you to create something. You can just quickly like sell to the next person or the next 100 people in the process. And one of the main advantages is when it comes to physical products for passive income, right? If let's say you create books and 100 people would order that, then you would need to create 100 books as well, print them out, etc., and then ship them out one by one. And that's a logistical challenge as compared to ebooks, right? For example, for the digital side, then if there's 100 buyers, then you don't need to do anything. They just download everything, go straight to the computer, and you don't even need to spend on inventory. So that's the really cool thing with digital. And it's really easy to scale. And another part is, compared to the physical, you're pretty much constrained by the location. But as for digital, you can easily go global when it comes to expanding your passive income stream. One of the things when it comes to making your passive income journey easier is the use of AI tools. So watch this tutorial next to learn on how to create AI YouTube videos using ChatGPT.